nga tutuuse Mubende nakubira omulamuzi essimu ne mubuulira nti twali tutuuse mu kitundu. Omulamuzi yali mubi, yampita wamu ne group yonna ne tugenda munda. Wetegeeze emboozi yange n'omulamuzi.
At the time when this case first appeared before this court, the accused person was already in custody at prison. So when I came up, the accused person was brought before this court, and then I said, if it's child stealing and both mothers have adverse claim against the child, then the most proper way for this case to progress would require a DNA test. I made that order and then released the accused person unconditionally, pending to get results from DNA that prosecution will be back on progress their case, if at all it happens to show that the accused person indeed stole the child. So that's the question. So the results have taken about 1.5 months ever since I made the order until I got a phone call from there that results are ready and that they will be ready by Friday. So upon hearing that, I now made an arrangement with the probation officer who took the order to Wandegea to bring the results. So when she reached Wandegea, it was like a problem for them to release unless they have a written communication.
The order was verbal.
Yeah, So I think I happened to tell them that the person who made the order, please, you can hand the results to her. This is the person who brought the order, together with the police officer, Mr. Mombele, who did the escort. And that's what exactly happened. They gave the order. And up to now, it is still sealed, awaiting to be declared in court. So what is only delaying the process now, that the prosecutors are not yet present in their offices for us to finish up with this matter. I had a locus visit, but because of the urgency of this matter, it's making me to wait for them to come, declare, because we want you to see who is the rightful mother, because it would be too wrong to give a child to a person who is not the rightful mother. So it injures our mind.
Your Honor, tell the whole world what would happen if Mbabazi was found guilty.
If Mbabazi was found guilty that he really stole the child, it will be now her to proceed against either the state for malicious prosecution, but even malicious prosecution, the case must have been concluded. You have had the witnesses and concluded, and if that person is found not guilty, then he can proceed against the state for procuring this case in court maliciously.
Now,
alternatively, the other person may be charged for giving police false information. She knows she's not the rightful mother, and why should she do that? It's because this woman has suffered the consequence arising out of such a situation.
So who is to compensate? Is it the complainant to compensate, just in case Mbabazi is the mother?
No,
who is to compensate?
The case against her, she's to compensate for all the audios she has suffered. It's that person. If she takes it against the state, then it will be the state to pay. Because she has suffered, she was incarcerated for some days, and she has been deprived of her
child, her liberty and everything.
That suffering she has in mind.
So does the case go against Barbara and her husband, or Barbara alone?
Barbara alone. She's happened to appear to be the complainant.
So what happens to Barbara's sister who initiated this whole case in Kampala? Because she's the one who first made the call to Barbara. Come and see.
For court, we are not aware about that. So I cannot know who said what to police to warrant them carry out the arrest. See that? I cannot now be party to that.
Your Honor, what is your overall view of this case ever since you started handling it?
That this kind of activity must be discouraged. Child stealing is really something which is really coming up. Almost you hear it from one end, from the other end. It should be discouraged. And the public must really be careful, because there are people who are trafficking children from left and right, especially borders. They are the parties behind moving with children. Those people are this, something must be done. And we really discourage this kind of situation. Even me as a magistrate, I feel it is really to give my child, if the child disappears, and is given custody with some other person, keeps this child until he's grown up, the feeling will never go out of my mind. It is everlasting. And let the child be there and he dies, and have taken the combination of that the child has died, than just knowing that my child could be somewhere alive under somebody's custody. It's really bad. It really pains.
Anyway, Your Honor, thank you so much. Let us wait everything else during the court proceedings. Though a few questions I feel are unanswered, but I think you have already answered. No communication was made when they picked the results to the parties, so I was wondering how you were going to proceed with...
That was due to the sluggishness
of the probation officer.
Because I did instruct that she's the one who went with both parties.
No, she went with one party. Is that allowed?
But both parties were there.
The Mbabazis were not there, the accused.
At the time when they took the test.
Oh, the test, they were there.
At the time when they took the test, all parties were there. So it was incumbent upon her, because Dan who took the child to the baby's home, it was incumbent upon her to ensure that as she's speaking the results back to court, both parties are aware, and I informed her, because we're in a workshop in Waima.
We knew that today was an adjournment as a normal one. Minus results, minus the child. But incidentally, it so happened that Friday, the results were picked. And these parties, none of these parties, it's only one party that was aware of even this adjournment.
Because it was done, the other party was not present.
The other party was not there.
That was what took place. But in any case, there's no damage that has been done as a result, because this results can only be opened when both parties are here. So if one party had come, we would procure an adjournment for them until both parties, and would make the relevant calls to the parties to come on the date that we would have set. Because I also don't want to take this to be with me for long. Till somebody may disappear. And they think I have interest, yet I don't.
Okay, oyo ye mulamuzi omukulu ali mu musango gwa Mbabazi ne Barbara. Abadde atunyonnyola omusango guno gubadde gutambula gutya okuva lugajja wano ku mmeeza ye. Atunyonyodde okuva bagumukwasa abadde era agutambuza mu mateeka nga kibadde kirina okuba. Yawandiika DNA order, abantu ne bagenda ne babajjako omusaayi, era bwe bamukubidde essimu nti ebyomusaayi bikomyewo, n'asindika probation officer wamu ne investigation officer mwenna gwe mumanyi obulungi mu mbeere. Ne bakima results. Kyewuunyisa bano the accused Mbabazi tebabaddeko ka probation officer akima results, naye omulamuzi mumwewuliridde atugambye nti tewaliwo damage, results zikyali nsiringe bulungi nga bwe bazijje ku government analytical laboratory. Tukyalindako wano mpozi nga sinnabagenda wala okubaddiramu ku katono omulamuzi byabadde atunyonyola, atubuulidde singa Mbabazi azuulwa nga si ye maama w'omwana, omusango kooti egenda ate kuguzaayo ku poliisi. Poliisi eyongera okunoonyereza abazuule kyajja kitya okuba nti Mbabazi yabba omwana. Kye bandibadde bakola luli ogwasooka, naye bagenda kiddamu singa bazuula nti Mbabazi si ye maama w'omwana. Ate poliisi bw'enaamalira ddala okuzuula ki ekyakireeta, kyava ku ki, poliisi ejja kuddamu emusalira ekibonerezo ekirala, ate oba oli awo anaddamu n'akomawo mu kkooti asasulire omusango gw'okubba omwana. Wabula singa kinaazuulwa nti Mbabazi ye maama w'omwana, omwana we bagenda mumukwasa, era Mbabazi wa ddembe okugenda awabire poliisi, awabire ne Barbara olwa okumukokerako ebigambo, olwa asobola n'okuwabira Barbara olw'okuwa poliisi false information, oba obujulizi obufu oba okuloopa ebitaliiyo. So katulabe tugenda mu hearing, katugenda mu court proceedings, tukyalindako ba prosecutors tebaliyo, bye tubadde twogera wali mu Luzungu, so kubibaddiramu wano bwe bitwe bitambudde. Twagala kwebaza nnyo omulamuzi bambi tatukalubiriza bulamu, abadde wonaffe, abadde very cooperative, atureceivinze bulungi, era abadde so much interested okwogera ku nsonga eno, nammwe abali eyo mugitegeere. Kakati ateeka tugende mu court proceedings tulabe ddala omwana wa Barbara oba wa Mbabazi. Kakati nkyayongera okunoonya omwana ye ali luddawa. omwana koti etuuse tugenda kutuula naye omwana aliwa. Ngezaako okusaba omulamuzi anoonye probation officer akola ku nsonga z'abaana aleete omwana mu kkooti. Probation officer ng'atuuse teyajja na mwana. Ne mubuuza omwana aliwa. Kwegamba toyagala kuwulira probation officer bye yayogera. Kambaleke abamu abategeera Olungereza musooke mubyewulirire ku lw'abannaffe abalala ngenda biza mu Luganda.
We wanted the child to be present.
Yes.
And that's more prudent and more clear that way. So how...
It's not too late. If they have a fuel, it's 1 hour drive.
Yes.
They go to Metiana, they bring the child.
How much fuel is required to go to Metiana?
Yes, to go to get the driver, maybe over to a special hire.
Naye ng'olyogana olwe mulabye probation officer abadde yeewozaako muti yafuna facilitation kuva mu bakama be. Ne mubuuza olunaku lwaleero lukuguddeko bugwi. Terumuguddeeko bugwi naye lwaki ozze nga lonsa nga omwana tomulina. Ye abaffe lwaki probation officer yeekobaana ne afande mumbere bagende ewandegi yabagiyo results nga ne banyanyinzo bye bajjako omusaayi tebategedde. Nze nakola follow up eya results ezo paka lwe ziwedde ng'abantu abo tebamanyi. Era nze nakubira omulamuzi ne mbulira nti results ziwedde tuzinonedde ne tuteesa olunaku olw'ozinona. Kyokka bano Professor afande mumbere olwakitegedde n'adduka ne yeesookayo n'azijjayo nga tetumanyi. Naye katusuubire nti zikyali intact bulungi, zikyali ng'era bwe baazibawadde.